So now we will see how we are going to get the matrix. To get the matrix from our this co-occurrence, the X matrix. Okay. So here you can see one table. Here we in the first row we are representing the probabilities of occurrence of a K word given ice word. Okay, and if it is a K word as a solid, then we can see that what is the probability. Okay, if it is K as a gas, then what is the probability? K as a water, what is the probability? Okay, and your second word is a steam. Okay, and again you have given the same kind of K words, and you have given the same you have given the probability of the occurrence of that K word given stream is present. Okay, but when you take the means when you divide this probability with this probability, then you should get a high probability here. Means for ice should be a solid. Okay, but steam is not a solid. So here we are the occurrence of this means this probability should be higher than this probability. Okay, so it should be greater than 1. Okay, and similarly for the gas, it is relevant to more relevant to the steam rather than ice. So it should be very smaller than 1. And for the neutral words, we are getting the value near to 1. Okay, so this is our main this is the main idea behind the GLOW model. Okay, but we have to map these probabilities to a function so that we can find the relation between our word embeddings and these probabilities. Okay, so how we are going to do this, that we will see here. Here you can see one function with three vectors, and you have to map with scalar values. Then can you suggest what should be our f? Because our input for our f is our vectors with some n dimension, and but here the output should be your a scalar quantity. Okay, so can you suggest some function related means what kind of function can we use here? So any idea? You can share it in chat window. Okay, sigmoid. So yeah, but sigmoid, but we have to find the relationship between these means how these three vectors are going to use in sigmoid, like means or what are the other possibilities that we can see, means we can use here that we are going to see. So basically again these all are words, and we can do addition and multiplication on these vectors. We can find means instead of working on a three variables, we can reduce it to two variables, because to do optimization problem on three variables is more complex task rather than into two variables. And if we are taking the difference between these two kind of words, then we are getting same kind of results. So again here we can reduce that thing. Okay, so instead of representing our function like this, we can represent our function like this, that wi minus wj transpose into uk is proportional to the probability of ik divided by probability of jk. Okay. So now what is this f? What can be this f? So we have to replace with some means actually we are seeing this as some function only, means I mean it is we have to represent it in some mathematical model. Okay. So we have to see that what can be the choice for our f. So f we have to select f such a function that it should have the property of a homomorphism property between the additive and multiplicative groups. Okay. So basically here we are dividing means here we are splitting our equation. Okay. We can distribute these things, and we can write this thing as individual multiplication rather than doing subtraction and then multiplication. And then we have to as this we have minus sign, we have to we can write this as a ratio of two values. Okay. So here it is first value, which is the numerator, and this is the second value, which should present in your denominator. So here the function, the proper choice of function may be the exponential function. So you can perform this kind of operations in your exponential, and I will and you will get the scalar values as your output. Okay. So here remember one thing, this we cannot directly equate this numerator value with our numerator of this pik and the denominator to this pjk. It is a means it means it is relation, means the ratio of the LHS is proportional to the ratio of RHS. It is not a similar values. Okay. And as we see, there is one function, exponential function, that possesses the property of homomorphism. So we can represent our word this function in this format, and if we take the log in both sides, then we will get the product of these two vectors. And from starting, we are looking at the dot product of two vectors, and how I mean these are going to give us the similarity between these two vectors. And here now we will get the this term, log of xik minus log of xi. Remember this xik is denotes the number of times the word I is co-occurred with the number of word k. Okay. And here our k is our context word. Okay. So basically we have to perform the operation based on our k vector, or a k word, you can say. And if you see this is dependent on k, this is dependent on k, but this value is independent on k. So we can represent this with our bias term. And this is how the GLOW architecture is. The idea of the GLOW architecture is that the dot product of two vectors plus some constant value will going to give you the log of how these words are co-occurred in your corpus, or in your data set. Okay. And now we can we can find the error by doing the mean square operation on our equation. So basically this is our cost function in our GLOW model. So remember, if you are remember means this is the co-occurrence vector that we have calculated initially for our sentence. Okay, and here you can see there are many such elements in this matrix are zero. So basically when zero appears here, then this becomes minus infinity, and your error will be infinity, and this is not desirable case. Okay, so how can you avoid this case? See the scenario here. So this scenario, there is one option of Laplacian smoothing, that we can add one here, 1 plus xij. But the GLOW authors have used a different approach to eliminate this problem, this kind of problem. And with the help of this function f of xij, and this f of xij actually helps them to reduce the problem of extremely common word pairs. Means the some pairs like the, and, on, this kind of words are more frequently occur in our data sets, rather than some values like apple, fruit, mat, cat, sat. Okay, so this kind that kind of problem they are trying to eliminate with the help of this new function. And this new function is the weighted sum of our mean square errors. Okay, so we have to first we will see what is this f of xij. Okay, so here they have given one formula, like if xij is small than x of max, then we have to use this kind of value. Okay, or otherwise we can replace this one as a value. Okay, so uh, consider here you are getting a zero. Okay, so basically here again automatically you will get zero value. So this complete term uh, will be eliminated from your data set. Means sorry, from your cost function, correct? So this is how this weighting sum is useful here. So now